All right. Hello. And welcome to HuddleCamHD and PTZ Optics Live. We are live the last Wednesday of the month at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on Facebook and YouTube. My name is Tess Protesto. I think that's it. Or we'll get that right. Tess Protesto. And I'm here with the lovely
Lindsay Pope.
If you want to catch us live monthly, we are here to explain some amazing products, innovations, and everything live streaming with our community. If you're watching live or on demand, we are so happy that you are here. You might have gotten a brief intro on what today is all about. We have a brand new product that is now available and shipping, the HuddleCamHD MiniTrack 4K Pro.
Woo!
I knew I was going to get something like that.
We don't have our X keys in, so
we don't have the X keys plugged in, so we'll have to do without the sound effects.
Let's do it manually.
This webcam, it is a webcam, and it's 4K and auto tracking. So that's kind of going to be the heavy hitters, exciting features about this camera. And we're going to do a live demo today and answer any questions that you may have. We do offer a variety of programs here at PTZ Optics and HuddleCamHD, one of which is the Tech Town Hall, which is the third Friday of the month at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, Tech Roundtable with our technology experts. That is a big word around here, tech. We also have Salt Talk the last Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's for all of you who are in the House of Worship live streaming industry. If you're looking to improve upon your stream or start a stream for your worship community, you're definitely going to check that out. Again, thank you so much for joining us here live today or watching on demand. Please show us some love and go ahead and like this video and subscribe to HuddleCamHD and PTZ Optics on all the channels you see here, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, of course. If you want to continue the conversation after today, go ahead over to Facebook and join one of our dedicated user group communities. We have one dedicated to PTZ Optics. We have an OBS user group and also a Churches That Live Stream group. Before we dive into the demonstration and the plan for today, it's time to take it over to Lindsay for Share Your Vision. And I don't have any sound effect for you today. I'm sorry, Lindsay.
Hello! Welcome back to Share Your Vision with me, Lindsay. So this month's Share Your Vision was from Mr. Franklin Bowen. He shared a image where he has a webcam, the PTZ Optics Webcam 80 on top of a very large TV in a conference room. And he paired that with the Huddle Pair. And we are actually having a fall sales event going on right now, where you can head over to HuddleCamHD.com and find some sales. Wait, where am I? Oh, I'm over here. Yeah, you can go find some sales on a few of our products.
Yeah, and that's not the only product that we do have on sale right now with HuddleCamHD. It's not something that we do very often, so if you do want to take advantage of savings on some of the HuddleCamHD products, head to HuddleCamHD.com and get in touch with a local reseller who can help you out there. Before we dive into the content, let's get the conversation started today with a nice little would you rather question. We're going to need you in the chat to answer this for us.
Am I reading or are you
You're reading it, I thought.
I'm reading it?
I can read it.
I can read it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Would you rather be run into by Usain Bolt at full speed or punched in the stomach by Bruce Lee?
This is a violent one, Lindsay, this week.
I have an app and it was the first question.
Fair enough. So we've got an Olympian runner run over by an Olympian or punched by a karate master. That is a tough one. I'm
going to have to go with being run into because I feel like there would be some internal damage.
Yeah, punched in the stomach. That seems like that's a big red flag area.
It's like, yeah,
danger zone. Run over. Maybe you got a concussion, a broken bone.
I could probably like tumble out of it a little bit. You know. Like,
James is asking, what is Usain Bolt? An Olympian runner. We did have that conversation before the show. It's like, all right. I thought I'd specify by throwing an Olympian runner in there. Well, that is definitely an interesting one. Thank you for sparking the conversation in the chat, and that it has done. All right, let's get into talking about the MiniTrack. Again, if you're just hopping on today, we're talking about the HuddleCamHD MiniTrack 4K Pro, which is our latest release, officially released now, which means it is shipping. So you can get in contact with your local reseller to order this product. It is a 4K auto tracking and auto framing webcam. So we can run over just a few specs before we do the demonstration itself. Again, big buzzword there, 4K, so you're going to get that 4K image quality. It goes up to 60 frames per second for frame rate. It comes with an included IR remote control for OSD control settings, a couple preset settings, zoom, pan, tilt, and zoom, because this camera does have the ability to electronically pan, tilt, and zoom because of that 4K video output. And you can also toggle between auto tracking and auto framing and adjust things like tracking speed and zoom to which you want tracking and framing to occur. It has an extremely wide field of view, as we'll show you in just a moment here, with 108 degrees horizontal field of view and up to 8x zoom, all right? It's got a dual microphone array and also an included lens cap for privacy. All right, let's take a look at the demonstration now. Before we do, maybe I should address some of these in the chat and share some so you could see your answers. Tim would rather be run into. We're getting full on violent today.
We are. Above the Earth says Bruce Lee because he's already dead. I'm not
that would be a long distance punch. Oh, cool.
A long distance punch. Oh no.
Okay, James would rather be run into. Upgrade would rather be run into.
I'd rather be run into.
That's too funny. And Matt says Bruce Lee. I mean, it's Bruce Lee. That's a story, right? Maybe some good content.
Maybe it's an honor.
Yeah, that might be somewhat of an honor. We got the question, are we using... Sorry, go ahead, Lynn.
Next question. Who would you allow to punch you? For me, it's Harry Styles.
Harry Styles. So that's just basically your biggest crush.
Yeah.
Upgrade is saying, are you using the cameras for this live stream? The camera that we're going to be demonstrating today is right here. It's a webcam. Matter of fact, I can go ahead and pick it up. And if we want to get that shot on the camera, I can show you a little bit about it right now. Let me find myself here. Okay, we're streaming the cameras that you're seeing this on.
Oh.
I got to find where it is,
Left,
Mike. Which one is
right?
it?
My stage left, stage right.
Okay, over there. We're streaming with PTZ Optics cameras because we wouldn't do, a multi-camera live streaming broadcast with a webcam, of course, but this camera certainly has its use cases for those working from home who need to present, or a student who might need to present, or any kind of content creator that might be moving around this space while they are video conferencing or even streaming. So you can see it does have beamforming microphone arrays. Here you're getting the 4K and HuddleCamHD logo there. Here is the included lens cap. It's attached on the side. It has a monitor mount, an adjustable monitor mount, as well as a 1/4-20 thread on the bottom. So you could mount this to a wall mount or a tripod. And while we're on the back, you can see it is USB 3.0 connected and powered. So this is power and connectivity over USB 3.0. Okay, so before we switch to this camera to do a little demonstration, let me now show you the remote on that same camera, Mike. I can show them the physical aspects of the unit before we do a visual test here. So here's the included remote. You can see you can adjust mute settings on the microphone. If you have tracking and framing turned off, you can use these arrows to adjust the electronic pan, tilt, and zoom. I don't know. There we go. That's better. That's definitely better. Thank you, Mike. Okay, so the arrows are going to let you do electronic pan, tilt, and zoom, and you can also control that 8x zoom functionality here as well. This menu is going to access this button's going to access our OSD menu. These two buttons here are for up to 2 presets, which is pretty cool on this tiny little camera. Packs a powerful punch, certainly. And to toggle between tracking on and off, you've got these buttons down here. And to switch between tracking and framing, you got this guy over here. All right, so let's dive into some of those features and give you a look at the camera itself. Do we look, since I picked it up and put it down, Michael, is this placed okay still? Okay, so go ahead and switch over to the output from that camera.
I got to do an outfit change.
Lindsay's going to do an outfit change for you before a demonstration.
Ooh. She's official now.
We're ready.
Hopefully that didn't hurt anybody's ears.
Okay, so right now you're seeing Lindsay as captured from the MiniTrack 4K Pro. Again, if you're just hopping on, we are talking about our latest product that is now shipping, a 4K auto tracking and auto framing webcam. And I like this little shot that you have here. I believe I have tracking on right now, but I am just going to see if I can identify that. Okay, I have auto framing turned on. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my remote to toggle between framing and tracking. And I pressed on, which will then turn tracking on. So the camera is going to go to its preset position depending on the zoom that I have selected, which I will show you in the OSD menu settings. And now, Lindsay, if you want to just be our pretend presenter right now and take a few steps to the left and right so we can show them the tracking functionality here.
Today's date, September 28th. HuddleCamHD, MiniTrack, 4K Pro.
All right, let's do a little bit more side to side for them.
I don't know where I'm over here. I can see it.
Yes, there you go. Now keep on moving for me.
Learning about today's national parks and riverways. I don't know if riverways is an actual term, but
keep on moving for me. There we go.
Should I show that? Does it also pick up if I turn around? Does it know where I am?
It is using AI, so artificial intelligence for tracking and framing as well. Okay, now I want to show you auto framing. So let's say you are on a video call and then another participant joins your call. Now I've turned off tracking. I'm going to switch to auto framing and click on. So auto framing is now on. If you could step towards your camera as if you were like on a video call.
Looks sideways.
Now please allow me to join you, my dear friend.
Oh.
So we can have a video call together. And let's see what happens if I take a step away from you. It's going to slightly zoom out so that I can also be in the frame with Lindsay. Now, let's see how far we can push it. If you mind taking a step to your right, Linz. Okay, very interesting. Now, I wonder if we were to step back in.
It would zoom in?
Where it's going to go. Or is it happy that it has us both?
Might be
as
happy.
long as it has you in the frame, it's happy with that. Okay, so I'm going to hang out over here with you for a minute while we dive into the OSD menu.
Ooh.
Now I have to look at the monitor to see exactly what I'm pressing. So forgive me if you see me looking off screen. So if we have now turned off auto tracking and auto framing, then you can simply use this camera as if it were a webcam, an ePTZ webcam, I'm sorry. So I just went ahead and did like a zoom in, and now I'm just gonna like move it around a little bit. Okay, so this is the functionality of the ePTZ without the tracking or framing. Now, if we go into the OSD menu, you'll see if you're familiar with HuddleCam and HD products, that most of our cameras do have an on-screen display menu where you can customize color settings, iris settings, and image settings within the unit itself. So you'll see those features that you typically would see within our cameras, like the mode, auto, bright. I believe that there's a luminance setting, something like that. You can adjust gain, DRC, wide dynamic range, anti-flicker. Oh, that's good. Yes.
We got it now.
We've got it. Oh, but it's delayed because that's the YouTube stream. And you can also get on to something that I'm interested in showing you, which is the settings. Within here, you can toggle between turning on and off the ePTZ. You can also toggle on and off between auto framing and auto tracking within the OSD menu. But what's really cool is the tracking sense has a high, medium, and low setting. We had it set to high, so why don't we set it to low after this. And also what's going to be important when you buy this camera is the zoom limit. It has between 1 times and 8 times zoom. And this, I've honestly never tested this yet.
Are you going to try and zoom in on our noses? That's a dangerous game.
Okay, so you can't, while you're live in tracking or framing mode, decide to randomly zoom in or zoom out. You have to make that determination within the on-screen display menu before you toggle on or off the tracking or framing. So
good to know.
Yeah, depending on how zoomed in you want to be, you're going to want to make that selection in the on-screen display menu before you proceed to toggle those on. Okay, so that's pretty much it with the display menu. And here we are. So now I want to look at the chat and see what questions we might have. And I think now that I adjusted some of those settings, I would like to turn tracking back on. Okay. And I'm going to hop out of here, which is probably going to disturb tracking. And we turned that zoom in as well. Hold on. It wants to find you first. Now try, well, we had it set to be lower. So now is where I would adjust the camera itself so it sees you in a proper light there. Now let's see, move very slowly. I want to see how it's going to perform with you moving slowly and tracking when it's zoomed in this way. Okay, good.
Is it moving? Is it coming with me? Oh.
Well, keep in mind, the more zoomed in you are, the more limited you are in your horizontal field of view.
So like if
the more zoomed in you are, the less space you have to move. Okay. Because we're operating on that 4K resolution, and it's only able to track you within that field.
Yeah.
All right, moving to the chat. I see there's a lot of questions. Okay. Can I use it to watch my baby? You would have to be constantly streaming the feed from the camera. It's an interesting, it's possible, but you'd have to be streaming to a private stream if you wanted to do that. Can I have, okay. Richard says, I have 2 people sitting side by side. Does it frame them both, or does it only frame on one? As we showed in the demonstration, if you have auto framing enabled, once you bring in another participant, the camera will then expand to fit them within the frame.
There's one about the Superjoy.
That's an interesting question. Can it be controlled with the Superjoy? No, I'm just thinking. I don't think so. I think the Superjoy is too I would say high level. Like this camera doesn't have a serial port, and it doesn't have Ethernet, and it doesn't have SDI. So you could control the camera, I would think, which we should test probably on the next call, over UVC control. But Jonathan or Matt, if you're in the chat, fact check me on that, which would mean if a platform like Zoom, for example, has remote PTZ control connectivity over UVC, you could control the camera within a platform like Zoom. Can you test the audio on the camera to see if it can capture good audio? We can. I'm just a little worried because it's connected to vmix through here, so we might get some sort of double echo. But if I mute this and unmute the camera, could you do me a favor, Michael? Tell me if, we're going to do a little live experiment. I love a good live experiment. If you mute Lindsay and I so they don't get double echo, and I turn this camera's audio on, let me know if you see green on it.
All right, turn you guys off.
Green in vmix on the MiniTrack input.
So I brought it in through an NDI.
Yes?
And I turned on the audio.
You turn on the audio.
And
And you've got levels?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So Lindsay, since you're in front of the camera and I'm behind the camera, you'd probably be a better resource for this.
Okay. What am I reading off? What am I saying? What am I doing? Test, test. How about with the Stream Deck? I feel like it's webcam.
If you were going to be using this camera for a presentation and tracking, you'd probably be a couple steps further back too. So you probably would want to project.
Okay.
So-
Hello, class. Everyone here? 1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
So let us know what you think in the chat, because that's something I've not experimented, how far away you can be from the camera and still hear. But yeah, let us know. All right, I'm going to mute it now.
Okay.
All right, you're back.
And we're back. So I'm waiting in the chat to see your feedback. Okay, so the Penguin Taco, love your name, says you guys are live on the MiniTrack audio.
Woo.
Great. We can hear both of you. Okay, we can hear you. Is this Microsoft certified? Not yet. Always a goal for us. What is the transfer rate on the video, and what is the recommendation for data? That's something that I do not know off the top of my head, but certainly if you wanted to reach out to myself or partners at HuddleCamHD.com, we can get any questions that you have surrounding this product answered. And I do have Matt Davis in the chat. Thank you, Matt, for hanging out with us today. There's a lot of questions also coming in on the PTZ Optics side, which I won't be able to queue, but I can read this. For side view audience or on stage panning with a slider. QVC quality handwork there. Oh yeah, well, I'm trying, Mike, thank you. It has 8x zoom, so you know, this isn't going to be something at the back of an auditorium that you would, project onto a stage. You would be looking for a higher quality or more feature-rich, should I say, with a higher zoom rate, like the SimpleTrack Lite or SimpleTrack 2.
Maybe like the side of a stage. Like if you're just doing a like orchestra or band show.
Yeah,
sort of
if
like
it
little
was
side
on
view.
stage itself, potentially.
Yeah.
But you're only going to want a single person to have being tracked, so that's something to consider. But I could totally picture a professor having it set up for any hybrid students, like if he has some in class or she and some at home. That would be a good case scenario for this. And certainly anybody in the corporate space that would want to present something like we have with our whiteboard here.
Or just like our Share Your Vision
While
today.
moving, yes.
Putting on top of a big old TV.
Unfortunately, not without something licensed for remote UVC control commands. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Just going through questions now, and for those of you interested in learning more about the camera, asking any further questions after today's demonstration, or if you're ready to order 1 or 100, please reach out to us at partners@HuddleCamHD.com or visit www.HuddleCamHD.com/MiniTrack. If we can get that in the chat, that would be amazing. And we're going to just hang out and do a couple more questions. What do we have here?
Cost.
The MSRP of this camera is $219. So this is the latest innovation or the latest family member in our family of auto tracking cameras from HuddleCamHD. So it's kind of sweet. We've got Mama Bear, Simple Track 2, Papa Bear, Simple Track Lite, and then Baby Bear, the MiniTrack 4K.
It was a cute little family.
He's a baby, but he's packs a powerful punch. We've got
Yeah.
4K with EPTZ. It's tracking and framing. It definitely packs a big punch. Can you demo the zoom with the controller? Sure. Let's see here. If you would, Lindsay, go ahead and disable tracking or
Ooh,
framing.
okay.
I forget which one it's on.
How to select target tracking.
So you're going to click like off. What does it say?
Off?
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Okay. So it depends how much you're zoomed in now. Start trying to EPTZ.
We need to. Okay. Hello. All right. And we're zooming all the way in. You guys just wanna get super close. Should I like? How about we not do my face and do something on the whiteboard? Shall we? Oh, oh. I think this is. These are my teeth. Shout out to my orthodontist, Minimum and Kearns, Mechanicsburg, PA.
So that's all the way in,
And
right?
Yeah, I think that was all
All
the way
right,
in.
now take us all the way out.
And I think that's all the way out.
Okay, thank you. And
Alright.
now I'm curious because when we were doing it
Yeah.
earlier, I could be so far away from the camera.
Maybe it's the tracking.
Let me say that, baby.
Maybe I didn't
No,
do it right.
you're fine. You're fine.
I was looking at the YouTube stream, to be fair.
And that, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to adjust the zoom limit because I can see how that would affect the limit to which we can zoom, right? Okay, now this is crazy town. This is the 180. This is max out, 108, excuse me, 108 degree field of view. I am nowhere near the front of this camera.
Yeah, we can. This is the wall. My laptop's over there.
Wow.
We can get a. I mean, if you saw the view right before this too,
Right.
you can see where it was.
Okay. So there it is all the way zoomed in and all the way zoomed out. This is very
camera's on.
QVC-esque today.
Woo!
All right. I think that is about it. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. It was kind of quick, easy, and I'm very happy to finally be able to share this new product with you guys and announce that it is currently available and shipping. So please reach out to us at partners@HuddleCamHD.com or head to HuddleCamHD.com/MiniTrack to get more information and to get yours.
I think we have one more little announcement.
Oh my gosh, we do.
We do.
This is we had a realization. This is our last stream in this studio. That's like big news for us. We are very excited to be getting a brand new studio. So, you know, it's going to be an interesting few months while we are preparing the new space, but we think it's really going to be killer. And you know how we always do, we are going to share the experience every step of the way with you guys, our audience. So If you have any requests for our new studio space or ideas, we're totally open for suggestions. And yeah, we're going to miss this studio.
Yeah. Will we?
When you're getting a brand new one, I mean, yeah, we're pretty lucky in that fact. So we're celebrating that. And honestly, we didn't even come to that realization that, oh, wait, we're moving next month. And this is the last stream in the studio.
Yeah.
Give us a full zoom out so everybody can see where we are, Michael. And make sure you say hello.
I hear the clicking.
I know, he's working on it. He loves when I make random requests. There's our producer, Michael. And here is the studio that we've been in for the past 2 or 3 years. If you've been with us since 2015, 2016, we've had like 4. This is our 3rd or 4th studio. So we've been through a few of them, and this one is sure to be our, biggest and greatest yet. So excited to bring you guys along that journey with us in the coming months. Again, for more information, please visit HuddleCamHD.com/MiniTrack, and we will see you next month. Thank you so much for joining us today. Bye.